Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello, my name's Elle and I make makeup related videos here on YouTube. So today's video, not got any makeup on it, well that's a lie, I've got a little bit of concealer around here because I had like loads of spots and it did not look nice, so I just put a bit of concealer on. But other than that, I've not actually done my makeup yet. Today is the first tutorial I'll be doing using the BPerfect x Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, which is right here. Super excited to use this. I've swatched it but I've not actually used it yet. This arrived this morning, so I ordered it on Tuesday when they did like their exclusive access to it. I queued for hours to get this and I got it, so I'm happy. It's now Thursday, it's just arrived. So yeah, like I said, I've swatched it already. I swatched it over on my Instagram stories, but now I'm actually going to do a look with it and I'm super excited, but I'll just show you. So I also got the lip gloss in the shade Starkers and the highlighter in the shade Soft Silk. So I'll just show you the lip gloss. I'll be using these in the tutorial as well, but just to show you, this is what the lip gloss looks like. Like I said, this is in the shade Starkers. It's just a really beautiful nude shade, if you can see. Absolutely stunning, so I can't wait to get that on. And then the highlighter that I got is in the shade Soft Silk, so that is the outer box. I think the packaging on this collection is amazing. Like, look at that. How pretty is that? And then just to show you inside, that's what the highlighter looks like. It's such a beaut shade. I did get this. I'm not sure if this will be too dark for me to use as an actual highlight, because I bought it as like a more of a body highlight when I'm tanned, but we'll see how it goes. So I can't wait to use that either. And then of course the actual eyeshadow palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. Again, really pretty. I absolutely love the packaging. Like, it just the whole vibe of the palette like really matches the name, like Love Tahiti. It's just stunning. And this is what the inside looks like. Obviously you get your big mirror, and this is what the inside of the palette looks like. I'm obsessed. Like, these shades right here, they're a bit of me. Like, I am loving these colours. So I'll just show you this in comparison to the kind of like Stylish Pro palette. This is what both palettes look like side by side. So in the Carnival X Stylish Pro palette, obviously you get the 3 highlighters as well, and then in the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette you don't get any highlighters, just eyeshadows. And also you just get this little booklet inside, which just is about the collection and all the different products. And then on the very last page it's got like a, I thought this was so cute, so obviously Stacey's created a look here and you've got like a little step-by-step here on how to recreate this look, which I thought was super cute. I think at some point I will maybe give that a go, and I might do like a tutorial actually following this like guide, so I'll keep that for the purpose of that video. But today's video, don't know what kind of look I want to do yet, just gonna go with it. But first things first, I'm just going to prime my eyes, and I'm just going to be using the Plouise Base in the shade number 2, as I always do. And I'm just going to be applying this with the Peaches and Cream PC52 brush. It looks like this. It's just a flat brush, amazing for carving out the brow and applying primer to the eye. So let's just start by doing that. Okay, so I've just been staring at this palette being like, what shadows should I use? So I think I've got an idea in my head of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here, which is called Forest. It's just the first shade in the palette. It's a really beautiful like forest green. And I'm going to be using the Zoeva 230 brush to apply that. It's just a petite pencil brush. Let's just start applying this by packing it right into the crease. Getting it on the outer corner as well. At the moment I'm just packing the shade on, I'm not really blending it out, so I'm just patting it onto the eye. And now that there's less product on my brush, I'm just starting to feather out the edges slightly, just to start to blend that out. Then when we go in with the next shade, it'll just be easier to blend. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the shade Khaki, which is right here, just to blend this out. I'm going to go in with this brush from Makeup Geek. I'm sure it's just called their Defined Crease brush. It doesn't have a number or anything. So picking the shade Khaki up on the brush and blending over the edges of this. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Yellow. Not like yellow as in the colour, but like yellow, like you're saying hello. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm about. And I'm going to use the, I don't even know what number this brush is. I want to say it's a 232 brush from Zoeva. It has worn off, as have the numbers on most of my brushes, typical, but I'm just going to use this brush to blend that out. So I'm just going to apply it right over the top of where we've just put khaki and blend that shade out. Don't be scared about taking it to the brow. Like, it depends what style of makeup you're doing. So I know people say like there's rules to makeup and you shouldn't take it past a certain point, blah 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 blah. And I think it all depends on the style of makeup you're doing. So something like this is going to be like that very like Insta glam Stacey Marie / Plouise kind of look, and in that kind of look you are going to be taking it up high, up to the brow, sometimes even past the brow. If you're doing something more natural, obviously you wouldn't, I mean no, you probably wouldn't use these shades if you're doing natural anyway. And if you're doing like, I don't know, more like beauty makeup or the kind of makeup that someone might want to wear on a night out or say for a wedding, again you probably wouldn't be using these shades, but you wouldn't be taking it that high up. So it literally just depends on the style of makeup you're doing. So don't let anyone tell you that you're taking your eyeshadow up too high. As long as it's nice and blended, who cares? Can I just say, these eyeshadows so far have not let me down. They are super pigmented, really blendable, they're so smooth. When I swatched them on my Instagram stories, they were incredibly soft and like buttery and just beautiful. So now that I've got that nice and blended, I'm going to go back in with the exact same shades just because I want to really get those colours to pop, and just until I'm just going to keep adding until I'm happy with the intensity of the eyeshadows. I'm going to be using the same three brushes I've just used, this with the shade Forest, this with the shade Khaki, and this with the shade Yellow, and I'm just going to intensify that a little bit more. I always say this, but your eyeshadows, you want to layer them. So you've done your dark shade, you've done a blending shade, and you've done another blending shade. You now want to go back in just to intensify those shades, so you've got that really nice pigment and you just get a much better effect rather than a wishy-washy effect. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but this eye I've just gone back in with those same eyeshadows and I'm now happy with the intensity. This eye I haven't done yet, so I don't know if you can see the difference, but obviously this eye looks a lot more pigmented, a lot more put together, and this one looks a little bit more wishy-washy at the moment, so gonna do the same thing on this eye now. Okay, so now we're at this step. I'm now going to cut my crease, and I'm just going to be using the Plouise Base in the shade number 2 again to do that with the exact same brush that I used before. Now when you're cutting your crease, you just want to let the brush do all of the work for you. So instead of swiping around like that, just stamp the brush on and let the curve of the brush and the bristles do that work. Okay, so I didn't realise my camera stopped recording because of storage, so you've not missed much. Literally all I did was the brushes that we've been using so far. I used all 3 of them just to blend the eyeshadow into the lid slightly, just so we've not got a harsh line down. I didn't pick up any extra product. Literally all I was doing was just feathering in slightly like this, and I just did that with each brush. Obviously they've all got a little bit of leftover product on them, but I didn't pick up any other product. So that is all I did, just to get the nice fade from the crease to the lid shade on the outer corner. And now I'm just going in with my lid shade. So I'm using this shade right here, which is called Vanilla. And I was saying I'm super excited to use this shade because I don't know if you can see in the palette on camera. I don't even know if you'll be able to see on camera. Anyway, hopefully you can, but it's just got this really nice like bluey green reflect to it, and it just looks absolutely stunning. So I'm just using a Zoeva 234 brush to apply it, which is just a flat shader brush, and I'm just pressing this all over the lid. Just because I want that little bit of extra like pop and glow from it, I'm just going to spray my brush with some setting spray. This is just one from Glam Glow. As you can see, I'm running out. I pretty much just use this now just for spraying my brushes if I want like a really intense shimmer shade. So I am going to be smoking out the lash line just because I think it just really helps bring a look together. So I'm going to be using this brush from Zoeva. It's a 237. It's a really petite detailer brush. And I'm starting off with the shade Forest, which was the first shade we used. And just blending this onto the lash line and connecting it to this outer corner. So now that I've blended that shade over using the same brush, I'm then going to go in with the shade Khaki and just blend this over the top of that. And then same brush with the shade Yellow, or Yellow. I feel like I've got to say it like emphasize it so you don't think I'm just saying the shade Yellow like it's yellow, you know what I mean? So now I need to do underneath the eyes. So I'm going to prime them first with the Plouise Base in the shade number 2, and I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. This is from Spectrum. Don't know the number, it's worn off, but it's just a fluffy brush from Spectrum. Any fluffy brush will do, just to apply this underneath the eye. I also want to get this in the waterline as well. This is completely safe to use in the waterline, by the way, guys, so don't worry about that. And then for the lower lash line, I want to do like a really nice contrast shade. So I'm excited to use this one as well. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Mango. I'm so excited to use this colour. You have no idea, just like it looked really nice. It's like a really nice contrast on the lower lash line. And I'm just going to use this brush from Crown Brush. I don't know the number. I don't know if it even has one. It's just a pencil brush. I couldn't think of the name then. It's just a pencil brush from Crown Brush. Just put this on the lower lash line. Okay, so I've just put Mango now on the lower lash line. I've also put in my waterline, as you can see. Whenever I want a coloured waterline, all I do is I just either use my base or a white eyeliner pencil in my waterline, and I just press the eyeshadow over the top. It saves you so much money rather than going out and buying loads of different coloured eyeliner pencils. Honestly, just white eyeliner or your primer, like if you're using the Plouise Base or one of the paints, completely safe to use in the waterline, and press your eyeshadow over the top, and there we go. I'm now just going to put on some mascara and some false lashes, and I'll come right back and do my skin. The falsies I'm going to be using are the Tatti Lash TL6. Absolutely love these because they just wing out and they look beaut. So I'll pop those on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got my mascara and lashes on. I just did my brows off of camera as well because all I use is the MAC False Lash Maximizer in my brows. That is literally it. Like, I just leave them super natural. So it's time to move on to skin. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Glass Skin Primer first, I want my skin super glowy. For foundation, I'm going to go in with my favourite combo at the minute, which is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, just because this is too dark and this is too light, so I mix them together. So I'm just going to dot this all over my face, and just to blend this out, I'm going to go in with the Peaches and Cream PC19 brush, and I'm just going to bounce this onto the skin as I always do. This is the best way to apply foundation in my opinion. So you just get so much more coverage than you get more coverage bouncing on your skin than you do swiping it around. Next, I'm going to go in with the concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Sand because I like it to be a bit lighter to brighten. So I'm going to put this underneath the eyes, on the chin, forehead, and down the centre of the nose as well. I've been absolutely loving this concealer, by the way. Like, it's amazing. It's super full coverage, so you don't really need to apply much. It probably looks like I've applied loads, but it's just because I've spread it out with the wand. Yeah, you don't need a lot of product at all. It's super full coverage. It blends like a dream, and it's just amazing. It's not too drying as well, which I love. So I'm just going to blend this out now with the Peaches and Cream PC27 brush. As always, I am just bouncing that over the skin. And as always, for underneath the eye, I'm going to start by blending it out with this Peaches and Cream brush, and then I'll switch to a smaller, fluffier brush when I want to get closer to the eyes. So now it's time to set my foundation, so I'm going to use a MAC's Waterweight powder, I couldn't say that, and the PC04 brush from Peaches and Cream. And just lightly dust this all over the skin again. You'll see I'm sort of bouncing the brush on the skin, I'm not swiping it around. And what I think is nice as well is this is not too mattifying. Obviously I put the glass skin primer on, so we've still got that shining through. This powder isn't really, it's not too mattifying. As you can see, I've still got like a really nice glow to my skin. So for bronzer now, I'm going to go in with the XX Revolution Chaos Bronzer on a MAC. Is it a 140 brush? Yeah, a 140 brush. I feel like everyone does this, but sometimes like whether it's a brush or a product, I'll be like, oh, I love it, and then like I'll just use it all the time and I'll forget about every other brush and product that I've got, and then I'll go and try something else one day just because why not? I'm like, oh my god, why do I not use this all the time? So for blusher, I'm going to use Mango, which is the shade we use underneath the eyes, but I want to try it for blush because sometimes I just love using an eyeshadow as a blush. I'm just going to use a PC08 brush from Peaches and Cream to apply that. So I've just picked a little bit of that up on the brush. This is probably going to be really pigmented, so obviously I need to just make sure I'm really blending it out and using a light hand. There's so many eyeshadows in this palette as well that would look amazing as a blush, like the shade Coral, which is this one right here. This would look amazing as a blush as well, but at the minute I am using Mango, which is this one right here, which is also the one I've got underneath my eyes. Just because it's an eyeshadow, it will be quite pigmented, so just, whereas if I had a blush I'd probably be like swirling it in the pan for a little bit, I am just tapping it in because obviously I don't want to get too much product on there and it to look too cray. For highlight, I'm going to try this out on my cheekbones. Like I said, I really bought this shade because I wanted it as like a body highlighter, you know, like that really nice golden glow like on the collarbone, on the shoulders and the collarbones, I can't speak, and I will still apply it there, but I'm going to try it out on the cheekbones as well. But like I said, it might be a little bit too dark for me to use on the cheekbones, but let's give it a go. I'm going to use a Peaches and Cream PC28 brush to do that, and I can't remember if I said, but this is the shade Soft Silk from the new BPerfect Stacey Love Tahiti collection. Let's try this out. Yeah, I think this actually works. I don't think it looks too dark at all. What do you think? That is beautiful. Wow. One thing I love about it, which like, I mean, it says it in the name of the highlighter, so I should hope it would be, but it's more of a wet looking highlight. It's called Get Wet, but I prefer highlighters that look wet than ones that look glittery. I don't like chunky glittery highlights. I'm more of a wet looking highlight kind of gal. Can we just like look at that, look at that. Oh wow, let's get this on the collarbones now and on the shoulder. Can you just see how amazing this looks? So for on the lips, I'm going to go in with MAC's lip pencil in the shade Stripdown to start off with. I'm not going to go in with a lipstick today just because this gloss is quite pigmented and I just want to like let this have its moment. So this is also from the BPerfect Stacey Love Tahiti collection, and this is in the shade Starkers, which I love, especially because when she first showed this on her live, she had to explain like what Starkers meant, because obviously I think that's like a British thing, but it means like nude, naked, like Starkers, you're naked, like nude, it's the nude, you get it? But yeah, I just thought it was funny that she had to explain that on her live. I don't know why. Okay, this gloss is stunning. This is like literally just the perfect nude. It's super pigmented, so you don't have to wear lipstick underneath. You could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. And also it's like the perfect gloss. It's not sticky. Like I hate genuine lip glosses are like really sticky and tacky on your lips and like gloopy. I hate that, but this is like the perfect formula of lip gloss because it's not too gloopy, it's not sticky, but it still gives a really nice shine to the lips. I'm loving it. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I've absolutely loved using this palette today. Like, this is gonna be one of my new favorites by far. Like, it's stunning. I don't think I've mentioned the prices yet. Sorry, but the palette is $36.95. The highlighters are $14.95 and the lip glosses are $9.95, so I think that's really good. I know she's got other things in her collection, like she's got a mirror and some lashes, but I don't know how much they are, so I'm sorry, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm obsessed with that highlighter. I thought the highlighter would be too dark to use on my face, and I thought, like as I said, I bought it as a body highlighter, and I thought I'd only be able to use it as that, but I was wrong. It looks beautiful, and it's probably going to be one of my favourite highlighters now. So yeah, I'm loving this look. I'm obsessed with the palette. It's, I mean, like, she's just like pulled it out of the bag. Like, she never lets down, does she, with anything that she like collaborates on. It's just a stunning collection. Like, it's beautiful, the quality is amazing. Price, I think the price is really, really good, to be honest. I don't think it's expensive at all. So $36.95 for 40 eyeshadows, I don't think that's bad whatsoever, because that's like less than £1 per eyeshadow, so that is incredible in my opinion. I just think that is such a good value for money. Like, you can't complain, you can't go wrong with these palettes. Like, they're just amazing. So just want to say a big congratulations to Stacey and Brendan and the BPerfect team, because yeah, it's such a stunning collection. Like, this is going to be my favourite palette from now on, so you're going to probably see this a lot. So if you've got any requests for looks or any requests for the shades you want me to use from this palette, let me know in the comment section down below, because like I said, you'll be seeing a lot of this palette now. This is my new baby, so you'll be seeing a lot from this palette. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's the subscription box down below, you know, just give that a little click, and make sure you leave any thoughts in the comments section down below. Will you be trying out this look? Have you already got the palette? Are you purchasing the palette? Let me know. But yeah, that is everything, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.